huffed Henry. Goods arrive night and day at the docks. Sometimes Henry and the other engines work so hard that their axles ache. Sir Topham Hatt brought in a new engine to help with the heavy workload. He was long and had 10 drive wheels. He was very strong. Shouted Salty. Called Harvey. Said Thomas. Murdoch said quietly. Soon Murdoch was coupled up to a long line of heavy freight cars. His boiler strained, his wheels started to turn, and the mighty engine chuffed away. Murdoch longed for some peace and quiet. But everywhere he went it was noisy and crowded. At the end of the day, Murdoch was looking forward to a good night's rest. But Salty and Harvey were full of questions. Murdoch chuffed. Huffed Harvey. The next day, Murdoch collected another long, heavy train. This time he jumped into the beautiful countryside. It was splendid. At last he had some peace and quiet. Suddenly his driver applied the brakes. There were sheep on the tracks, said the driver. They tried to chase the sheep back, first this way, and then that way. They tried everything, but nothing worked, complained the fireman. Sighed the driver. Murdoch was very unhappy. The noisy sheep was spoiling his peace and quiet. Sir Topham Hatt was enjoying afternoon tea when he got the call. He exclaimed loudly. The sheep were becoming noisier and noisier, groaned Murdoch. Just then, Toby chuffed into view, exclaimed Murdoch. Before long, the farmer and his dog went to work, and the sheep were soon safely back in their field. And Murdoch was on his way again. That evening, Murdoch paused between Harvey and Salty, but Murdoch spoke first. He said Harvey. Added Salty. Murdoch smiled. The sound of ba 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 would have kept him awake, but a Salty story would send him happily to sleep.